Hi everyone, welcome to Cocinando con los Tigüits. Today I'm gonna show you how I make this delicious honey and syrup for our buñuelos. You can use it for any type of buñuelos and it's super delicious and easy to make. Before I start, I wanna tell you that if you can't find the piloncillos, which is this brown sugar, you can just use regular brown sugar. Okay, let's start. Like I said, today we're gonna do the syrup for the traditional buñuelos or rosettes, and the ingredients are so easy. We're just gonna need 2 of these brown sugar. It's called piloncillo or panela, and we're gonna use some cinnamon sticks, 2 or 3, and that's all we need. If you want it with a little bit more flavor, you can use anise, star anise, or some cloves too. Okay, let's start. The process is super easy. We're just gonna put the 2 piloncillos, the brown sugar, in a little pot, and we're gonna add the cinnamon, and we are going to add the 1 liter of water and take it to the stove. Okay, we're gonna add the 1 liter of water, and remember that we are going to make like a syrup, so it's gonna be a little bit thicker, and we're gonna make like a honey, like a little broth that is gonna be sweet but not too sweet and not too thick. So we're gonna add to start just 1 liter of water. Okay, we're gonna put it in high heat and we're gonna wait until it starts boiling. This is kind of like a long process. We're gonna let it boil until it's completely melted. It's gonna take around 1 hour, but we're just gonna let it boil, and then we're gonna turn the fire down and let it simmer. But we're gonna mix it once in a while so it doesn't get like stuck, or just to help it mix better. Okay, it's boiling now. I have it in high heat. I'm gonna turn the heat down and I'm gonna mix it. This already smelling so good, the cinnamon and the piloncillo. It's almost completely melted, so I'm just gonna stir it, mix it good. I'm gonna cover it and I'm gonna put the fire in medium heat, and I'm gonna let it boil for around 50 more minutes so it simmers and it gets a little thickened and all the flavors come out. Okay, after a little bit, it's important that you lower your heat to the lowest setting to let it simmer. It's still gonna boil a little bit, but it's important to lower the heat to the lowest setting, because if not, it's gonna boil and it's gonna spill all over the place. It's been 15 minutes and the piloncillo, the brown sugar, is completely melted. It smells so delicious. It smells like Christmas, like when my mom used to make buñuelos and make the syrup, the miel for the buñuelos. Okay, let's let it sit for another 45 minutes. Okay, it's been simmering for an hour and everything is completely melted. All the flavors of the cinnamon came out and it smells so good. Now, as you can see, this is more like a soup, like a honey rather than a syrup. So we are gonna remove half of this, and it's what we're gonna use for some of our buñuelos. And a lot of people like to make like a soup out of the buñuelos, so they put a lot of this honey syrup to eat them. And then the other half, we're gonna let it simmer a little bit more so it gets a little bit thicker. Okay, I'm just gonna remove half of this. Remember that if it's too sweet for you, you can add more water. And if it's not sweet enough, you can add more of the piloncillo, the brown sugar. Okay, my syrup for my buñuelos is ready. Now it's a lot more thicker than the one that we took out first and more concentrated. Now I am going to remove the cinnamon. I'm gonna turn it off. And I'm gonna remove the cinnamon from here, and I'm gonna let it cool down before I put it in a container. Okay, the syrup cooled down a little bit, so I'm gonna put it in this bowl to go and get our buñuelos ready. And the syrup and the honey for our buñuelos is ready. This one is the one that is less thickened, less concentrated, and with this one you usually put a lot in your buñuelos. Some people even make it like a soup, like completely covered with this. And this one is the one that is more concentrated. It's more like a syrup. You can't really see the difference, but if I put it in a plate, this is the one that is more liquid, less concentrated. And this is the one that is like a syrup. If you see, it's thick like honey. And sometimes when you let it sit and it gets cold, the one that is more concentrated turns into like sugar hard, but you can always heat it again in the stove or in the microwave to make it more liquid again. Okay, let's get our buñuelos ready. Okay guys, now that they're ready, I'm gonna make these buñuelos with sugar. I made these small ones, with the syrup, with the honey. I made these small ones that are perfect for the soup. If not, you can just get the big buñuelos and break them in smaller pieces to make your buñuelo soup. This is the syrup that is not so concentrated, so you can just add as much as you want. And like I said you can make a soup, add as much as you want. A lot of people just fill it up with the syrup, with the honey, and they love it. And for the other syrup that is more concentrated, thicker, we can just add as much as we want on the top, like so, and it's super delicious. I hope you like my recipe, and don't forget to subscribe to Cocinando con los Diwits so you can keep following my recipes, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you.